Japarican here with another deck profile on a team deletion page. Got a BubbleBeat heroes. It's slightly different than what the majority see, but I guess I'll go ahead and get started. Obvious, 1 Stratos. Ooh, that's a lot of glare. 1 Stratos, obvious. 3 Alias, kind of obvious. The Gemini Spark and the Hero Blast and etc. 3 Bubble Man, because it is BubbleBeat, so you know, here's the whole special summoning, blah blah blah. It's really funny to, when you're top deck and top deck E-Call, go into Bubble Man, draw 2, and you just get really lucky with that, and that's pretty funny. Double Thunder King. Actually, even though this is basically goes against the whole concept of the deck, I find it it's still good because you just summon it out there. It's a 19 beater. I just think Thunder King is a really good card in general. It goes in any deck no matter what. And then that's all for the monsters. 9 monsters. Spells, 3 E-Call. Obvious through search power. 3 Spark, because you got the 3 aliases. You need some back row destruction and stop Sib from being bottomless and stuff like that, since it's chainable. But you get the draw. Doesn't make anything miss timing, which is kind of weird, but still a great card. Potter Duality, the obvious search power. So the whole point of the deck is to search, get your monsters out. 3 Miracle Fusion, obvious. You need 3 in the deck. It's just the way it is. Double Super Poly. Even though most people don't main this, I main it because I just find it way too good. Gets rid of everything from Zen mains to Dolka to Logia, everything. And then the 1-of spells got Rhoda, Book, Dark Hole, Heavy Storm, Monster Reborn, just general staples. And for the traps, double Bottomless, because it's just too good. Double Compulse, I find that is really good. It's really good now with priority being gone. It's too good. Hero Blast, obvious. Get your alias back and destroy something with 1900 or less. Judgment and the warnings. Solemn Trio, obviously. The 1-of traps that I run is Mirror Force, Starlight Road, and Torrential. I only one Torrential because I find once I get the field the way I want it, I don't want a Torrential. Same with Starlight Road. I rarely ever draw it, and even when I do, it's never at the right time. I always have, like, that's the only card. I only have 1 monster on the field, and it doesn't do me any good. So yeah, main deck is 40 cards. Now to the extra deck. 2 Blade Armors, obviously for the OTK, and it's just really good for fueling your graveyard for Miracle. 2 Utopias, because I don't have any of the Photon Perla thing majiggy, so I run 2 Utopias. They're really good, obvious. If you don't know what it does, you can look it up. 1 Gemini Pearl. It gets, I beat a 6 Sam player one time because I pulled out Pearl to run over Xian, and he was just like, can't do anything about that. Catastor and Stardust for the Synchros. Catastor's for, like, when you side in Valor and you just Monster Reborn and pull out Catastor. Stardust is just for Starlight Road. 1 Gaia, just for Super Poly. 2 Zeros, for obvious reasons. 1 Nova Master, obvious, you know, get the Logiers and mains or whatever. Triple Shining, it's pretty obvious. The whole deck's a whole bunch of lights and stuff like that. And then finish it off, 1 Great Tornado. Global Gale, you know, have their field. 15 cards for the extra, obvious. For the side, this is for general and for what you want really. This is just mainly what goes on at my locals. One Spirit Reaper for dragons, and pretty much you can side it against almost anything except for Insectors, and it's pretty good. 2 Effect Veilers for Insectors and things like that, annoying little things. 2 Kinetic Soldiers for the Hero Mirror match if they're not playing Hero Drain, and 6 Sam since they're starting to make a comeback. And even when they do Shadow on Kaigeki, they still can't get over Kinetic's defense. So they gotta figure out some other way to get rid of it. 2 Prohibition. I find that Prohibition is just good side for anything as long as you know what you're playing. Soul Taker. Same thing as Prohibition. You can side it in against anything really, and it's really good. 2 Light Mirrors. Because of Heretics, I started siding this because there's a lot of Heretics at my locals, and it's just this really shuts them down because a lot of their effects are effects that activate in the grave and on the field, so that just shuts them down. 2 Macro for Insectors and Chaos Dragon. Chaos Dragon really gets hurt by Macro. And 2 Shadow Mirrors for Insectors and Dark Worlds. Shuts those 2 decks down pretty much. So that's it. Like, comment, subscribe please, and Japarican signing out here.